Hello, good evening and welcome back to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Oxshare, on the show. Rangers defeated 3-0 at home to Napoli in a controversial game at Ibrox. Joining me is Oxshare is Allbearing. Juicy evening, gents, once again. Big improvement, but ultimately disappointed, Allbear.
Aye, they played a lot of team tonight, but as Fox was saying earlier on, the bounces just go, the breaks don't go for you, they don't go for you, you know what I mean? It's just one of these things. But a lot of be cheerful as much as we played a bit better. But 3-0. I personally didn't think it was a 3-0 game, but there it is. That's the score's the score, isn't it?
Two late goals, two bad goals, obviously penalty kicks. Alan McGregor showing his class, Juicy.
Yeah, I'm not going to be one of these fans that gets excited about losing 3-0 at home. Ultimately, we were beaten by a better team. There were certainly levels in terms of the way we played was better than the previous two matches, and I think we can be pleased about that. But second half, Napoli did look good, and we didn't create too much in the second half in terms of chances. But
I agree with you, Juicy, but I think the big turning point was the sending off, and I don't know what you thought yourself. I think it could have been two bookings. Two bookings, Juicy.
Yeah, of course. And we did what we needed to do in terms of, defensively, and, most of the bookings we took were bookings that we needed to take at the time. It's a difficult one for Sands, but I think he was unlucky. It wasn't too much he could do about it, Oxshare. But
the learning curve for Sands was the first booking, mate.
Yeah.
There's something big in that game that went on with our team that I'm going to come to in a minute. But I think, Albert, if you don't mind, we'll get the phone lines open because what people have got to say here.
Love it, mate. Love it.
Let's hear from East.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
We started the game brightly, Albert, and at times we put them under pressure. We had half chances without really worrying their goalkeeper as such. And moments where we could have done better. I mean, right in the stroke of half time, Morelos, if it's your night, when Scotty Arfield plays it back on, the ball bursts the net, it means a fresh air kick. Nothing each at half time. Good game, enjoying it. Looking for a bit more positivity. I do think we look a better team with Alfredo on there, and that's no disrespect to Cholak. And the penalty decision, obviously, ultimately they didn't score, but they can do it to 10 men against a class side like that. It was just too big a burden, Albera.
That was that, mate. We held our own up to that point, basically. You can't say we didn't, we did, but it's a fact. But it had to go, You know what I mean? I can't sit here and honestly say it wasn't a penalty, you know what I mean? And a book of offence. I can't say that. So he had to go, but it made a huge difference. It really did. But 3-0 flattered them, I think. Don't get me wrong, they're a good team. They could take 3-0 off you any time, 4-0 if you want. But we're unlucky at times. Boys, no breaking for you, but it's just to say you can't praise a 3-0 defeat. You know what I mean? We've done all right. Where's the work rate? I mean, the work rate come back. Where was it in the last two games? Where's it been all season? I mean, you look at that team and say, that's the work rate. You need to go in the domestic game all the way to the end of the season. You go to India? Oh, I don't know about that, but where was it? That's the thing I'm asking. Where was it? If you can do it now, why couldn't you do it earlier on?
we gave ourselves a problem. We're not scoring goals. Goals change matches. When you've got a wee spell of pressure, you've got to take chances. We're not creating for set pieces. We don't seem to have any threat at all, even though we put a couple of good balls in the night. We could have scored if Alfie was unlucky. A great talk across the Tav in the first minute, mate.
Yeah, look, there was some good build-up play, particularly in the first half. But it wasn't anything that was what you would call crazy clear-cut chances. That effort in the first minute, yeah, it's a chance. Maybe he should have done better. Arfield's shot was lovely, and that was lovely build-up play as well, wasn't it? From his long-range effort, that was really, really good. That was probably our best chance. That Alfie had the air shot just before half-time. You think maybe if he'd had more match sharpness, maybe he'd have done better with that. But it was only really the last 10, 15 minutes where it ran away from us. And as you said, Oxjo, we were down to 10 men by then, and obviously any team's going to be huffing and puffing a bit. So you're right, what Albert said. It makes it look a little bit worse, doesn't it? But I haven't got really any crazy complaints. It wasn't a dirty match from that point of view. And the pens, by the letter of the law, were all correct, really, weren't they? Whether we like it or not, Yeah.
Aye. That's what it is, and you have to deal with it. And I always judge it all better. If it happens in the other box, would I be looking for a penalty?
All day long, mate, aren't you? All day long. Two of them. You'd be looking for penalties, two of them, all day long. It's just the crazy bit that he saves it and then you've got to take it again when they infringed in the area. That's, as McCoy said, that's a stupid rule. Right. You've already had your shot at your penalty. You are the ones that have messed it up. But you have another shot. Silly rule. But anyway, it is the rule, and that's the way it is. But the other penalty with Barisic, it was a penalty. It was a penalty all day, all night long.
Mm-hmm. Aye. Listen, here's my issue with the night. I can't get my head around. And I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to be realistic. We're left-sided centre-back is half. We bring on a right-sided centre-back at 18 instead of our £4 million signing. And we take him off for that position, we swap it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It sounds to me that either the guy's no fit or the manager doesn't fancy him. There's something wrong, Albert.
Definitely, mate. I mean, I don't understand wastage yields, subs and tack. I don't understand half of it. No, I mean, if not all of it. But there you go. I mean, there's a left-sided defender there. You need a left-sided defender, but I'm not putting him on. Only he knows why. I mean, at these interviews now, somebody needs to ask him a question. You've got a left-sided. Why are you not putting him on? Why are you putting a right-sided guy on when you're actually... It's crazy. I mean, I'd love to come up with an idea and say, he's doing it because of... I have no idea whatsoever. And as you said before, if you're on the bench, you're fit enough then. It's baffling, mate. Absolutely, totally and utterly baffling. But that's what it is. But anyway, if the man keeps this up, he'll phone his own sword. No, I mean, these silly... we're perceiving to be silly decisions, unless he comes up with a bumper excuse. Why he's not putting them on? There must be something in the background saying, I'm not putting them on for whatever reason, but I can't figure it out. Either that, or he just doesn't fancy him. Was he doing at Ibrox if he doesn't fancy him then?
I know. We'll go back to that issue of the recruitment again. Juicy, just before the game started, the emotions were running high, and a tremendous tribute for Her Majesty and my new king from our team and support.
Absolutely fantastic. And as I said in the pre-match, shout out to all the fans and the Union Bears and everyone else who was responsible for making that TIFO happen. Be proud of yourself, guys and girls, because that was absolutely fantastic. And just an amazing tribute, and big cojones from the club for playing the anthem. And it was the right thing to do. And sometimes it's about doing the right thing, regardless of what other people in other corporations say. That was excellent from the club tonight, and I believe other people across the United Kingdom have noticed that and have been very positive. So, well done.
Yeah. Just a pity the game started up.
I'd have left it there. I'd have went, right, everybody aim that. That was good, enjoyed that. Up the road now.
The positives for me were maybe the number 1 and the number 9, if I'm being honest. Albert.
Aye, Morelos and McGregor. The two of them made some difference when they came into the team, didn't they? They really did. McGregor's McGregor, and he pulled off 2 or 3 brilliant saves. And he instills confidence in people who need confidence, instilled in him. And Morelos, he took a wee while to get going, and he looks a wee bit weak, you know what I mean? But he came into it and he made a difference. He made a hell of it. He's great at leading the line, and he's with Cholak. It's no his game, mate. It's just no his game.
No, he's a finisher, mate. He's a penalty box. And he's a penalty box. He needs service. You need to get the ball in. He needs to be shooting for goal. He's not going to do it at the halfway line. That's not a criticism, mate. That's just the type of player he is. Anyway,
it's good, by the way. If you play him right and feed him, it's good.
I'll get you 30 goals a season. I'll get you 30 goals. Anyway, talking about somebody who never misses, we'll be joined by Jim Paisley. Evening, James.
Hi, guys. Lovely speech again. Hello to everybody who listens to Jim Paisley. There's not a lot of problem. Anyway, the man of the match tonight, the referee. Fantastic. What a performance. This guy will probably get the final. He will probably get the final. He's went to Ibrox, one of the biggest stadiums he's probably ever refereed in. Upset 50,000 Rangers fans. He's walked off with a medal tonight.
Well, he's done it before, Jim. He's done it in the Dortmund game when he chopped off Kent's goal when he set it off the field. The boy, it was that same ref for the Dortmund game, mate.
He's got previous. So good luck to him. Hope he enjoy. Hope he sleeps well tonight. Anyway, we did not deserve to beat 3-0 tonight.
No, it was a 3-0 game. But
no, never in his life.
What was your problem with the referee? Let's be honest. I mean,
if he right, okay. Well, the first problem I've got with the referee is he sent off the man. We had a guy called Jamie Sands playing the first half. I thought he was our man in the match, Yorkshire, right? I thought he was brilliant tonight. They sent him off, and I'm not even sure it was a sending off. He didn't go to the panel or whether you go to the telly thing. Didn't he go to that? No, as far as I'm concerned, that was never a sending off, right? He was our best player. He was our best central defender. Now, if John Lursum doesn't come in at the same time as him, John Lursum's probably getting a yellow card. Maybe. I'm not sure. I know nothing about football, right?
Remember, John Lundstrom's been booked already.
Yeah, that's right. I thought that myself. I was thinking back about that Oxford before I came on. I was thinking, did he already been booked? But anyway, because I did without him anyway. I wasn't sure where he was playing. I wasn't sure where John Tavernier. I wasn't sure where Tavernier was playing tonight. He was a mixed up kid. He didn't just stick or twist tonight.
It was a 5 and a 3 at the back. They meant to be Borner and Tav pushing up at the right time with Lundstrom sitting in covering Tav. It went to a 3, and then when we didn't have the ball, it went to a 5. Albert.
Aye, well, Tav. I don't think Tav had a great game, but he's right. Like, he was further forward. He's meant to be further forward. It's just don't work to a certain extent. The first 20, 25 minutes, I thought they were all right. I thought, well, maybe something out of this. But as you pointed out, we can't score, and if you can't score, you can't win games. It's as simple as that, isn't it? But
because you don't put him under any pressure, mate. The first goal was the first goal was the goal in that game, and that was always going to be. We would see how they react. They would have maybe went for it more, and we would have had more spaces. Or when they got the first goal, they were just going to keep possession like they done and picked us off the last couple of minutes. What's your point on, Jim, with the referee? Let's say there was three big decisions. The first penalty with the sending off, and then the second penalty. What's your thoughts on that?
The first decision of sending off is the most important decision that guy made that in 90 minutes, Oxford.
Aye, but as a second yellow, Albert, you're a hard man. What's your thoughts?
It's one of the ones. It's in my mind. It was a penalty. You know what I mean? If we were looking for it, he's unfortunate, Sands, because it went through his legs. But it is a penalty. You know what I mean? you've got to, it's a booking as well. You've got to send them off. It's as simple as that, mate. It's harsh. Well, I put it that way, Jim. It's harsh, but I think it's more than 50-50 in favour of a penalty. Put it that way. I'm not saying it's a stone waller and you couldn't do anything but the penalty. It's one of the ones. It's obviously if it's up the other end, we're looking for the penalty ourselves. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You're right.
It's unfortunate he already had a booking. You know what I mean? It wasn't that long ago he got the booking at the halfway line, and then that's just a fate, and that's just the way it works out. Lundstrom, at that time, Lundstrom, he had a booking as well. He'd have got a booking in the first half for mouthing it to the referee. Right? So it was Golson you want in that position because he didn't have a booking, but as usual, Golson's away. He's busy doing something else. You know what I mean, defence.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember it. I've only seen it once, and we played them out in the midfield. I think it might have been Scotty. Just saying, then they broke on us. I think there was I'll need to see it again. I only seen it at the time. I think it was a misplaced pass, sir.
I think it was Oxshire, actually. I think it was something like that. All could have broke down kind of midfield. Even that as you say, you're right. A wee misplace, a wee stupid ball, and they get through. But say that to, but there's no point in arguing about it now. We're not going to. We can't change anything, right? And but as you say, like the penalty decision and the sending off. He must have some eyesight. Or I voiced it and voiced the replay, voiced it again. Who has actually fouled the guy? Who actually brought him down? Was it John Lundstrom or was it Jamie Sands? No, he's made a decision. Aye. Oh, okay then. So, okay, you're in the referee's decision. I disagree with you. But anyway, so send two of them off, book the two of them for the same tackle. The exact same tackles, as far as I can remember.
I'm not surprised that referee never done that, Juicy.
Well, I think it was.
All right, come on, Juicy. Come on, Juicy. Get off your.
I've got my work in the morning, Juicy. Hurry up.
I think it was the foul by the boy Sands. It was just unfortunate, and you're right. They were both on a booking. It was just couldn't do much about it, could he? And don't worry, I did plenty of shouting at the television at the time. Did the ref really get any of those decisions wrong, especially with the VAR helping him, guys? I don't think any of those were wrong by the letter of the law.
Yeah,
that's the problem with the VAR. The VAR's going to recommend the referee to have a look at it again. They didn't say to the referee have a look at it.
They checked the penalty and said they were comfortable with it, and then I don't think they checked bookings. Anyway, talking about somebody who's never wrong, we've been joined by Bob's here. Evening, Bob's here.
Hello, I can be wrong. How you doing, boys? All right?
Good, man.
Right. Well, all I can say is, I'm an optimist. I was proud of my team. Right? They went toe-to-toe with them up to the sending off. And didn't forget, they're a top side. They've just done Liverpool 4-1, as you obviously can. And Rangers give them a real game tonight. A wee rub of the green, if it went in front, you never know what could have happened the other night. But you can the perverse nature of the game, and that's football. Suddenly it all changes on you. I thought he was a bit harsh sending James Sands off, but you seen the ball went through his legs. I thought it was Lundstrom that housed the boy.
It could have been, Bob. I've not really studied it that closely again, but put it this way, the two of them had been booked, so one of them was going to pick up a yellow.
One of them was off, aye. One of them was off.
And really, the two bookings were both preventable. They're ever bookings, mate, yeah.
They were, aye. They were. But that referee, well, don't get me started about him. He's the one that chalked off Ryan Kerr's goal against Borussia Dortmund. And VAR, I'm not as big a fan. Like I'm a great believer. Let the referee the game. What he sees should be the decision.
And they might have got a penalty. I'll bet.
Aye, would have got the penalty, aye. Might have got a goal.
What did he see to give that penalty kick for us, mate?
Oh, I don't know. The trouble with the referee, the only thing I've got against that referee tonight, okay, some of his decisions were wrong. No, I favour it's the emotion, but he's like Colum. He gets emotional and he lets his emotions cloud his judgment. and that's what happened. That's what happened with the Lundstrom one. He started getting peed off with Lundstrom because he's saying, I mean, you gave that foul because he was talking to you in your ear. That's how you gave it. That's what you get booked for. And it wasn't even a foul. That's the best thing about it. It was a good tackle. It wasn't even a foul. But so he lets that's his big problem. He lets his emotions cloud his judgment. I don't like referees like that, but I suppose they're all like that if you really think about it.
You see too much. I'll go back to Jim Paisley. We never lost. I don't think we lost again because of a referee. But what I will say is he's frustrating because you see too much. He's involved in the game too much. Good referees get a decision and move on quickly. Yeah.
Really, Oxford, I do really give a flying flea tonight. See, after that, the whole performance this evening, I thought we did well tonight. We were playing against a good team. Were you in a good section? You were going to play good teams. So that team went to Anfield last week before and got Liverpool.
Liverpool went to Italy.
Oh, well, whatever it was, who cares? Didn't matter.
You'll end up making the papers again, getting things wrong.
but in this tournament, it doesn't matter what ground you play on. It doesn't really matter. No, it really good. I don't care where they went. They still gubbed Liverpool anyway. And you'll see that first half. I thought we were looking reasonably well. We did what we should do in Europe. No, keep them back because we may have expected a gubbing tonight. Some of the guys may have thought, listen, if we get out of here with a draw, we'll be doing well. Which we were getting away with a draw. I mean, we were getting out of here with a draw, and I was quite happy with that. My brother's in Portugal, and he's texting me all the time. He'd probably watched a pub somewhere. Never mind that. I'm not getting through my family history. I thought we were doing well. I thought...
It was actually a good watch, Jimmy. It was a
good... See, the first half, one of my boys was on that speaker thing we've got. We're doing well, aye. I thought we looked up and we'll get one goal. I thought Alfie get booked in the 20th minute or something. I thought, here we go. Don't tell me, because he's liable to do something else stupid. He's got a red.
That was a soft. That was a soft.
The keeper, aye. Okay, he didn't need to do that. You know, he could have kept his foot down. You know, but that's what Alfie. But we expect Alfie a little bit. He'll get his act together. 20th minute, so he can get sent off in the 50th minute. So PG was due. He dragged him off, and the big guy's not really done much for us in the last how many months he's been there. You know?
Well, scored a few goals when you gave him chances. Anyway, we'll be joined by Smurf. Evening, Smurf.
All right, Ox. All right, lads. My point is, first and foremost, there's result aside. Obviously, we're not happy with the result. I'm proud of Rangers Football Club. I'm proud of the fans. And I'm proud, just for the institution that we are, for the display, for the dignity we had tonight. I just thought it was immense. And I sort of agree with Bob Jer. I just heard what he said there. I'm proud of the team. Look, it looks a bad score. It looks like we get gubbed. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Obviously there's an issue at centre half. We've got a young boy in there playing his heart out. He's a midfielder. And he gets sent off. And I'm proud of him as well. What I will say is the positives. Obviously, Alan McGregor doing Alan McGregor things. Alfie, bleeding the line like he does. With the right personnel back, the boy Sands getting a go in midfield and Lundstrom getting moved back into midfield, that 3-5-1-1 or 3-5-2 system, I think there's mileage in that for us, and I think he needs to explore that going forward. What do the boys think of that?
I'll come in first if you don't mind, Smith. I think the problem we've got is they're not making enough chances. I think you can do that in certain games, but I think we have to be more proactive and more offensive domestically. Albert?
It's all about scoring goals, man. You take your chances when they come up. I dare say there is mileage in it. Whether he's going to play it, Smith, I don't know. I don't think
I'll qualify, be a wee bit more clear in what I'm saying. See, at that level we are playing it in Europe, where we're going to be under the cosh, where Alfie's got to hold the ball up for us to get to overload and get and support him. And not those kind of games where we're going to maybe not have the bulk of the possession. I think that's what I'm talking about. I think in that situation, maybe not domestically, but certainly in the European arena with the right personnel.
I couldn't agree more, Smith. I couldn't agree more, mate.
But so sorry, I didn't qualify that properly. But that's what I meant. In this Champions League, Europa League arena, I think that's certainly, because we don't have world beaters and superstars, so we've got to play to our strengths. And I just think overloading the midfield, Barisic a couple of times a night, he's dilly-dallying, because if you get the boy Thompson that was commentating, he said that if he's got too much time to think, he was getting robbed or whatever. You've just got to get his head up, see it, think it, execute it, and he's got a wonder left foot. And I just think, I don't know, I just wonder if at this level, if maybe Kent detracts from him a wee bit. If he's got that wee bit of freedom, he's got cover because we're playing three at the back. If we would have more joy, we'd just be quicker whipping it in or whatever. So that was my point anyway. And the fact that I'm just immensely proud of the football club tonight. Brilliant.
Just about taking that point up.
Yeah, great call, my dude. I think it's just really difficult in terms of the levels that we're having to play at the moment. I don't want to make excuses for our team. I just want to acknowledge that we're playing opposition that is to a high level as well. And there's no harm in acknowledging that. This is a team that's top of Serie A. They're very strong defensively, and they're scoring goals as well. You saw what they did to Liverpool last week. We knew that this was going to be tough. We knew that we probably had to score first to get something, from them, and maybe, get them a little bit off their game plan. But we also know we're not scoring a lot at the moment, so that was difficult. But they showed enough today. I know it ran away from us a bit in the last 10 minutes, but they showed enough today that domestically we need to be taking care of business against the majority of those teams. I think we all agree on that, don't we? Because we've achieved our objective, whether we like it or not. We've achieved our main objective. We've got into the group stages. We haven't been there for a long time. We've done absolutely fantastic to get in there. And I know we were disappointed that we didn't get there by winning the Europa League. We got another shot at it and we made it. And that's progress. We've made that transition. Now it's about going on from there and trying to build on that. But we're up against top levels. And maybe that's where Gio's a bit frustrated, because obviously we're never going to have the spend ox, Gio, of some of those other teams. So we've got to be smart about how we do business. And, why did Ben Davis not get some minutes after the sending off? These are the things that we maybe not so sure about.
That's no slighting the boy Leon King.
No, not at all. And Oxford, I think he's got a big future at Rangers. And I think we can be very pleased with some of the youngsters that we've got coming through. But maybe at the time we started seeing a few of those kids. I want to see McCann and Lowry against some of the less exciting teams we play in the domestic setup, because they create things. McCann and Lowry make things happen. And if there's one negative I can say about our midfield, it does lack a little bit of that creativity, doesn't it?
Yeah. Albert, there's nobody there that's got the vision. I mean, it's times Stephen Davis, but you can't get a bit of part the way he could, even though at times he showed his class a night reading the game.
I mean, Davis plays a specific role now, but you're right. There is no craft in the middle of the park. There's no vision, seeing the past. It's just, I guess, sorry, but that's where you create and score goals with, and we've just no got it. We got the part. We'll look if we're going to be dangerous. We'll look if we're going to score, but it just fritters out. It just fritter away, and it never happens. Ken had a semi-decent game, and as you said, he disappeared in the second half. Arfield had a semi-decent game as well. Does a lot of work. Arfield, go to give him that. Does a hell of a lot of work. But his quality for that last third is just lacking a wee bit.
Did he have a chance, Albert, when Taffy did that one down? Could he have done better? I know it was slightly behind him.
It's down to quality, isn't it, man? If he's a wee bit more quality, of course he could do better. There's a few, but he laid a lovely ball off to Morelos, an absolute beauty, you know what I mean? He just took the sting right out of it and cut it back to him. Again, a wee bit more class, a wee bit more finesse. You can get goals out of these positions, you know what I mean? But we've no got it, it's just no there. And we're struggling. We struggle in the league as well, let's be honest. We struggle in the league to score. Without Cholak scoring, we really struggle. Again, it's down to numbers, isn't it? It's numbers all the time.
When you're not talking on the phone, can you go on mute if you don't mind? Because we're getting the feedback, everybody's on the phone when you're not talking. I'll mention your name. Jimmy Paisley, aye. There's positives, but ultimately we've lost the game 3-0. But there is positives. They gave us effort. The tactics were matched up to the 10 men. But you have to move on and you have to go again on Saturday.
Right. Yeah, okay, but it's disappointing now. It's difficult for me to figure what's going on now. I know. I've been listening to the show for a long time now, a couple of months at least, and I've been disagreeing with guys, but no phoning in, talking about midfield and that. But actually, all the calls in the last week or two have been absolutely correct. There's something missing there. There's quality missing somewhere in that pitch. It might take maybe one or two players. Just that. See the players Gio has brought in the close season there. I was just wondering, what are they bringing to this team? What's the point of bringing them in the last 10 minutes?
That's the issue. Is it Gio that's bringing the players in, mate?
What are they bringing to the team? You know, they're not hitting the ground running. They brought a couple of players in the last 10 minutes there. I don't want to mention names, but I think we all know who they are. But I don't think they've got it. They may have it against Roskilde at Ibrox on a Saturday afternoon. Every other Saturday or half day off, we go to the match we go. The European quality, they're going to help us. And see where I look at it now, Alshire. Listen, I'm really disappointed in it, the same as everybody else. But are we going to get third place in this section to get into the Europa League? I doubt it.
We've got to score a goal, mate. We've got to score goals, Bob. Yeah. We need to score goals to change matches.
Well, I used to go to work some years ago, and a good few years ago, and a certain club was getting drubbings in the Champions League, and they turned around and say, at least we've got the money. Well, to me, that was an objective we had reached, was actually reaching the Champions League. When you seen that group coming out, did any in your heart of hearts believe that we could qualify for that group with the squad we've got? Any, a quick yes or no? It was no for me, because no, you were never going to do it. It's just take the bonus of being there and pick up a big wad of money that the clubs have been absolutely needing for a long time to get it settled on an even keel. We'll be back in the Champions League, and the next time we're back in it, we'll be better and we'll be stronger. You're never going to do anything at this present time with the squad we've got. We can't. So it's all about getting into it now domestically, doing as well as we can domestically.
I get that.
We're a bit behind, but it's no one catchable.
I get that, Bob Jarrett, and you're right.
Excuse me.
It's all about moving up steps and trying to improve. But we've watched our team all season, this season, and we ain't improving. Albert.
No, we're not. We're getting back the way, actually. I mean, that was the old guard out there, and they know how to play Europe. They know what they're doing, and it showed tonight. But as soon as we brought Tillman, Cholak and Matondo in, contributed absolutely nothing to the game. Absolutely nothing. They don't even know. They look to me, they don't even know where they're supposed to be playing and what they're supposed to be doing. So, to that point of view, that's 3 of the 7 we brought to the club. So they're no improving us, and that's what we get told that was going to happen. We're going to buy players, bring players in that are going to go straight into the first 11. Well, sorry guys, but if your old guard goes out there and puts a performance on like that, which is 10 times better than any of the performances that the new guys have put on and the team that they put together, something's wrong. Something's definitely wrong. Oh, now give them time. I mean, let's give them time.
You're right, mate. But
give me a bit of time, Albert.
How we doing, Albert?
I'm all right. Sorry, I'm just in the airport. Look, I'd like to commend the club for that minute silence. Absolutely wonderful. Very stirring. I'm just in the Qantas lounge there, and I was speaking to an Englishwoman. She actually read it in the Times of London on her phone, and she asked me. She heard me talk to another boy. She says he's Scottish, and she says, "I just seen what Rangers done." So it's all over the world, boys. That's what our club means to us. Proud of the players. They showed a bit of something different tonight, but ultimately the result was pretty poor. Alan McGregor, he does what he does. That's Alan McGregor for you. Just a pity he couldn't have saved the third one. I'm proud of the team, but I'm really, really proud of our club. I never said it the other night there, it slipped my mind, but God bless the Queen, long live the King, and we are the people. Thanks for taking my call. I need to go because I'm flying up to Darwin, but I had a tear in my eye when I seen that, mate, and I watched the game. Thanks. You have done a brilliant show as well. And Juicy, just on a lighter note, I used to know a bird, her name was Juicy. Read into that.
You look like an arm.
Take care, gentlemen. Take care.
Some memory, Big Al. We've been joined by Stevie from Oslo. How are we doing, Stevie? How are we doing, Stevie? Oh, last call. Smurf.
Hi. Sorry. I was just going to say, what we bit of quality we lack. We've got a lot of aging legs out there, old stagers, putting in their bit for a club. Go out there, it ends up, it looks like a bit of a gubbin, whatever. They were a class above us. We held them for an hour. Now, what we lack in quality, we've got to make up for with our tactics, endeavour, art, desire, industry, all that good stuff, all that old-fashioned stubborn stuff. Do you not think playing within that framework, and I know sending offs went and bookings and all that went against us, etc., etc. Do you not think, I'm not just talking about tonight, do you not think that Gio, he's an intelligent man, he's played the game at the highest level, he's a Rolls Royce player, and he must know that himself. Do you not think that to keep the energy levels up, he should be using, this baffles me, he should be using, especially in a game like tonight, all 5 subs to keep the energy levels up, because that's what's keeping the wolf for the door, in my opinion. And I know we can't score at the other end, but just to take a point even, I just couldn't understand it. Lundstrom's on a booking, Sands is on a booking, surely could have brought the boy King on for Lundstrom. Or what's the boy King doing at the club? I don't. There's a lot of things I don't get, and of course, if I really knew what I was talking about, I wouldn't be sat in a McDonald's car park on the way to work drinking coffee. But I'd be there doing it. But what I'm saying is that I just don't see it. Davis on the left hand side of Goldson, with the boy King on the right hand side of him, with the 2 fullbacks push forward, where Lundstrom, Sands and maybe Kamara in midfield. You've got legs there with Alfie and whoever Kent are. Even Alfie playing. I know he's not a creative number 10, if you like, but he could play in between the lines and roll people and drag people out of position. Cholak in behind him, or Kent. Kent's not finished. I don't know, but something a bit different. There's a problem there.
We're not scoring goals anyway. I think he's joined us now. He's worked out how to press a button. Stevie.
Hey guys, I'll be to start. I'm super disappointed, but at 2-0, I was quite proud. I thought we were doing okay, and like the only thing I phoned up to talk about was like Tav. To me, he was like a wee old man hobbling the whole time. I think is it because we were told that he wasn't fit a couple of weeks ago, whatever? But Tav wasn't Tav tonight. But I thought like it's a weird one because I'm super proud of the guys. We had chances. To me, we should have at least drawn it. But the third goal, I actually stopped watching just before the third. I'm watching it in a pub in Oslo. It takes me an hour to get home. I just thought, to hell with it. Let's. And then I looked at my phone. It was 3-0. So I don't know what the third goal was, but I was actually quite proud of the way we took the game to them. Barisic. My only complaint is Tav. He's running. Correct me if I'm wrong. Am I the only one who saw this? But he's running around like a wee old man with like a hip replacement. Tav isn't Tav. That's all I'm saying. I love you guys. And I'll leave you to it.
When he came off Alder, he came off. Tells you that he's had an issue, doesn't it?
Oh, the boy's got an issue, there's no doubt about that. But Stevie's got a bigger issue. I mean, that's bad planning, Stevie. You'll need to move closer to the pub. I know you're driving, not having that. He's not right. The boy's not right. And again, it shows the state of play with our squad if we can't arrest him. Because if ever a player that deserves an arrest is Tav, you know what I mean? Because he's been indestructible for the last, 4 or 5 years. So the boy deserves to get pulled out the fire line if he's no 100%. But again, Van Bronckhorst ran Morelos into the gun, so he's going to do the exact same with Tav. We're going to lose.
Sorry, can I just, like I said before the game on the live chat before the game, Morelos couldn't hit a fucking, sorry, excuse my French, a barn door. He's not fit, he's not match fit. And that chance he had in the first half where he just scuffed the ball, if he was fit, match fit, that's top corner. That's 1-0 straight away. They're on the back foot. I love Morelos, I do. And I said also, the worst thing that can happen is he gets carded within the first 30 minutes. Well, he got carded on the 20th minute. Yeah.
I don't know what you think, Jussie, but I think we're a better team when Morelos is playing.
Aye.
You're absolutely right, Stuart. If you're waiting, can I butt in? I don't like butting in. I think you're absolutely right there. We're a better team when Morelos is playing. We're a far better team. There's more movement between the midfield and the... But unfortunately, we don't have somebody just to play a wee bit further forward than Alfie. I don't know if Big Kojak is Kojak. I can call it Kojak. Kolak's the answer for that. We don't know yet. The thing is that annoys me this season is we've got so many new players now that haven't turned out yet. Maybe next season. I'm fed up saying that. We keep buying these boys.
My issue is, Jim, how do you let the people that's doing that, the last 7 to 10 players we've signed, how do you let them go to the market again? Something has to change anyway. That's my thoughts, Jussie.
Well, the recruitment, there's unanswered questions, Oxshire, and we've got £10 million of players sitting on the bench. Yilmaz and Davis, that's been well documented. I think if Davis doesn't start against Dundee United at the weekend, we're entitled to ask some serious questions because, all right, he's coming back from an injury. And to be fair, guys, it probably wasn't the match where you'd want to start someone in, regardless of their level of a player, after not really having played for us. But Dundee United at home, I would not have a problem with resting Goldson or Sands to bring Davis in for that one. He's left-sided, so it'd probably be Sands stepping out of that position. But Yilmaz, in fairness to Borna, he's been one of our better players this season, as we said in the pre-show. So that's hard for the boy to get in when Borna's actually playing reasonably well. Certainly dovetailing with Kent quite well, putting balls into the box. Not too much, Borna's doing not a lot wrong, is he? And let's be fair, we hammer him when he's playing poor.
Anyway, I've got across you, Juicy. We've been joined by Bazza. Evening, Bazza.
All right, Ox, mate. Cheers for taking my call, my man. I just want to echo the boy Fingon there. I don't know his name. Absolutely. I mean, we seen it coming there this summer, right? When we beat PSV Eindhoven, right, we off, come on, the board have got to get a couple of million, get a couple of signings in so we can compete, right? I said to a couple of my friends, right, before we actually even beat Eindhoven, I said, do you actually think we can compete at that level even if we do make a couple of signings? And they're like, well, no, it's still good to be in the Champions League. And I was like, but think about Thursday night, it's not me, we could go to the final again, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking to myself, I've been actually right here. Do you know what I mean? Because the both haven't... Do you know what I mean? I think the club's rudderless at the top at the moment, being honest. That's my point. I don't want to nip people and all that, blah, 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 but that's just the way I'm feeling, you know what I mean? The club seems a bit, you know what I mean?
Listen, I don't think anybody will say recruitment's been successful, will there?
No, it's far from being successful. You know what my feelings on it. I think there's a rebuild required, and I don't think the guy in charge yet should be there to oversee it. No, he's a track record.
100%.
So if we're going to rebuild, which I don't know we are, but if we're going to rebuild, please get the right people in place. People with a vision, people with an idea of how to build a football team. Because the people who don't know how to build a football team. It's as simple as that, guys. You start for the back, you work out. Every successful team in the world starts that way. You've got to get the back, you've got to get the goalkeeper, your back four, correct. And then that's your platform, you build, keep on building right up the forward line. No, it's like a scattergun approach that Clown does. He just keeps bringing players in and we're all scratch. Where we get this player for? I mean, he's got 3 number 10s now. 4 if you count Hadji. He's got Lowry, Hadji, Tillman and Lawrence. You're going, how many number 10s do we need? And then at one time it was...
Can I make a couple of points, please, after Albert? Please.
Have you let him finish, aye?
Aye, after Albert, I said sorry.
Aye, if you let him finish.
At one point it was a glut defensive midfielders. He seems to latch onto a position and just overkills with... It's no quality either, it's just numbers, just get a lot of them and keep buying these type of players. It's not good enough. It's just simply not good enough. And our playmaker in the team, believe it or not, our playmaker in the team is Goldson. He sets the pace of the game. And that's ridiculous, a centre-half is your playmaker. That's not right. That's something's dreadfully wrong here. But anyway, I don't want to rabble on about it because I'll go on for hours with it.
Hey, Rox, can I say something before we head for the hills?
We'll make it quick because Baz is coming in, yeah?
All right. I was just going to mention the guys, lovely colours. I think they're all fantastic colours, brilliant colours. But you look at that team tonight, see the end of the after the winter break or the summer break, we gave them an extra year. They got an extra year in their contract because we all thought they might be on their way out. So they were off playing tonight. But one guy hung us out to the end of the transfer window, and he decided to sign it last minute. But the keeper, we're all glad to see him back again. Right, he is our number 1 goalkeeper. Right, we're glad he signed for another year. He was Stephen Davis. Right, so this is the team we started tonight with. I'll give you another year. This is our first team. This is our first team we're talking about. We've signed all these players in the summer. Yeah, okay. I hate going on. I hate being a crabbit.
You're right. And you come, Bazzer, quickly, mate.
Cheers, Ox. Mind we try to get Wilson in the year before we actually got him in. I think it was the boy from Man City we get in, because we couldn't get Wilson. Then Wilson came in the year after. Basically, if you actually look at Wilson's record, he get Van Dijk, he got a couple of other golden nuggets, but apart from that, you look at it, it's actually, look at his actual sign, like he's brought in, it's not been great. So there should have been, like, because of Van Dijk now, everybody's, oh, he's amazing now, he does this, does that. It was all a follow and everything. He's one of, he has to get to for a club, know what I mean? That's my opinion, anyway. He's
in charge. If he's in charge of recruitment, he's feeling.
He's in charge.
I'll thank you all for the way you've conducted yourself tonight. Thanks to the club for the display tonight, along with the Union Bears. Thanks for the support. Thanks to our callers. Great to hear from you. Last word for Juicy and last word for Albert.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, just carry on.
Thanks to everybody who's called in. It's been fantastic. I think still a long way to go this season, guys. We've seen something good tonight, but wasn't the result we wanted. But take that level to Dundee United and we'll score a few goals against them.
Yeah, small shoots. Albert.
Now, I agree with you. There's only one thing you can do, and it's keep buggering on, as I say. So that's what we need to keep doing, mate. Just keep buggering on and see where we go. But the levels were up tonight, so the levels need to stay up. Standard. That the benchmark's been moved up. Didn't have to be up much to be better than it was before, but it's up now. So we need to keep it up and go up higher. So onward and upward.
Thanks to everybody for joining us this evening. Thanks to Fox and Old School both for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10, talking about all things Rangers. We'll be joined by Jaffa, GB, and I think Jaffa and GB and another. Thanks for listening. Take it away, Old School boy.
Across the broad Pacific shore, I sailed around the stormy capes and heard the 40 roar. I've climbed the Indian Ocean and I sailed the China Sea, but then I see back home in Scotland more than all the rest of me. It's that blue